Hi,
Bright
everyone.
Horizons
Good
with
morning with Deb
and
and
Jim.
Jim. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you.
And we've got special Memorial Day coming up this
We
weekend.
do a nice long weekend for all of
And
us.
we remember our
Our
veterans,
heroes,
our heroes
absolutely.
who gave their
Mwah.
gave
Thank
their
you
lives
all.
for us.
We so appreciate your giving your lives and giving us your very all. Thank you, thank
Thank
you,
you, thank
thank
you.
you.
And also our veterans who are currently serving and who did serve. We appreciate all of you, and we really want to recognize you.
We really do. Thank you so much. God bless.
Today we're speaking about words from the heart.
Words from the heart,
Yes,
writing, whatever
yes.
comes to your mind, whatever it may be. What's in your heart, what's in your soul. If you want to write a paragraph, a book, that's up to you. But we want to discuss with you words from the heart today. So, Jim,
And
I'll let you
I
take it.
was the editor of my high school newspaper.
I believe it. Jim is a writer. He's fabulous. In fact,
That's
your
why words mean
website,
so
give
much
them
to
your
us.
website.
What, my attorney
Yes, your
website?
attorney website.
My name, James Cioffi, Cioffi.com. I have
Please
a
look
column
into
there.
this. Fabulous.
This is interesting. I'm known as the
This is
Juris
so
Doctor.
great what he does. I love it.
So I have my stethoscope that I carry with me.
Aw,
My degree is Juris Doctor, and my column is Ask the Juris Doctor.
that's right.
I have it in the newspaper.
There it
See that?
is.
Ask the Juris, a caricature. Would you believe that this caricature was prepared by an attorney who used to work with me? He decided to go into the art field, Patrick Rice, thank you very much, and he lives in Colorado now. But he
Aw.
designed this logo. He
It
does
is, he did a
caricatures.
fabulous job. He really did. And it really looks like
Yes,
you.
with
I
the
mean,
bow
really.
tie and my
He did an
stethoscope.
outstanding job.
So,
Yeah.
so periodically I write a column, legal advice, ask the Juris Doctor.
Please look into it. It's fabulous. Jim, you're awesome.
Thank
I
you.
just love
So one of the
reading it.
reasons I'm saying that to all of you is think about when you're networking. If you want to network a business or any particular interest that you might have,
Yes.
try to think of something clever that people will remember and use it for your marketing
That will
purposes.
stick in their minds.
Words.
Absolutely. Words, it's true. Words run deep, words cut deep. And it's almost like sometimes as human beings, we just can't help it. We sometimes talk more than what we should, but again, we're human, we're speaking from the heart. But sometimes less is best, but usually when in doubt, don't. I've always known that to be
And I think
true.
you have a gut feeling inside
You do.
about words.
You really do. Whether or not it's going to sound appropriate. One thing that's funny because today we live in a media society is so different than what it used to be. Everything is texting and voicemail and what have you. But sometimes it's like clumsy thumbsy. As you're texting something, it'll come out backwards or you'll miss a letter. And it's funny because we're so anxious to get our words out, but yet we're
Yes.
just so busy doing this. And the other day I was laughing with Greg. We were out shopping at Target, as a matter of fact, and there was a woman just going about her way and looking at her phone. I thought she was going to run right into the pole. I thought, oh my goodness,
I know, I
but
can
we're
never
so
understand
engrossed with all this.
some people
Yeah.
across the street texting. It's just ridiculous.
Wait until you cross
Yeah,
the street. God
right.
forbid you get hit by a car.
We want to keep
Jeez.
everybody safe.
That's right.
And you
No
all know
texting.
we love songs, so I picked a couple of songs that have to do with writing.
I love it.
So the
Here
first
we
one,
go. Oh,
The
the
Beatles,
Beatles. Yeah,
Paperback
I love it.
Writer.
Oh my gosh, this just brings back memories. Oh, I don't know all the words to this, that's why I'm not singing it, so I don't know. Oh, here we go. Good to my rescue. So I want to be a paperback writer. Paperback writer. Woo! Dirty story of a dirty man, and the cleaning booth doesn't understand. His son is working for the dairy man. It's a shame job, but he wants to be a paperback writer. Paperback writer. Woo! Write that paperback, boy. I love it. All about writing. What's in your heart and soul? Write that sentence. Write that paragraph. Write that book.
And it brings back the memory of the Beatles and the wonderful
Oh,
words in their songs.
yes.
So
Nothing like the
creative.
Beatles.
That's one of the aspects of words is creativity.
Creativity, yes.
You think about different purposes of words, and one of them that I
Mm-hmm.
wrote down thinking about this was to create a mood or creative,
Creative.
being
Right,
creative.
right.
When people write songs, they have an intent, either a message that they want to convey to
Exactly.
you,
Right,
and they pick those words,
right,
and it's naturally the melody and the music all is part of that.
right.
But that's the beauty of words.
Absolutely. It brings me back to the Hallmark days. Now, of course, with everything being online, It's very seldom you go into a Hallmark. Are they even in existence
Yes,
anymore?
there are
They
a
Okay,
few.
well, anyway, I am very precise when it comes to a birthday, any kind of a card. I speak from the heart, and it has to be the perfect card. And
Yes.
so many times I'll be there, and Greg laughs at me. My husband's like, are you going to pick one yet? A half hour, Dad. But I'm like, okay,
The
it has to
sentiment is
be.
so
To
important.
me, if I'm reading a card, it has to be for you. I have
Right,
to. Okay, this fits Jim, or
right,
for my sister, my brother, anybody in my family, my husband. It has to be the perfect sentiment. Otherwise,
right.
it's not worth me buying the card. So again, as an example, the perfect words from your heart. Hallmark brings it all.
That's right. And also, I'm the editor of a local community
Yes,
newspaper.
that's
So I have these
also
articles from the editor.
check into that for sure.
But the reason I'm mentioning that is that I usually like to convey a message. So that's another purpose of words.
Right.
I'll talk about someone well, for instance, extraordinary women that are of interest. Like, would you know that the first person who went down Niagara Falls in a barrel was a woman?
I heard that actually. You know
Yes.
what I did?
You always think of men going over the falls in a barrel,
I've only
but the
been to
first person
Niagara
that did
Falls
it.
once, and I remember how fascinated I was because it truly is. Just you picture that in your mind as you're watching the falls.
Can you believe
And
going
I
down
had
in a barrel
wow.
over those Niagara Falls?
No,
To have the courage to do that, and it was
no.
a woman. I love the fact that it was a woman,
Ah,
right?
boy, you got that right. You go, ladies.
And she did survive. She cushioned herself inside with pillows and
Yeah,
to make it a soft
true
landing.
story. It's
But she
amazing.
could have
Yeah.
died just as easily, or it could have fallen
Wow.
apart.
She felt the need to do it with a lot of confidence and faith and just went ahead and did her thing.
So
Right?
those are the type of articles that I like to write about in my newspaper column.
And they're fun, they're
Something
uplifting.
inspiring.
Yes.
That's another
Yes,
reason
inspiring.
to choose words is for inspiration.
Jim wrote about Greg and I in his column.
Yes.
I think he mentioned that in one of our segments about how we met and very interesting. He gets into depth and it's fun reading. It's very interesting.
I like to
reading.
do that around February. I talk about how couples have met.
Yes,
And there are
at
so many
Valentine's
interesting
Day.
stories.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely. I enjoy writing all my life. As a little girl, I used to keep a diary, and then, of course, um, I have file folders at home. In fact, last night, as I was telling you, I went through my files, and I cannot get over how much I have handwritten letters to
What
somebody in
did you
my
find?
family. I found of all files to pop out in front of me, and it says right here, letters to Dad. And my dad
Ah.
passed away. In fact, this Memorial Weekend is going to be 19 years. He passed away May 29th, 2002. And this file folder popped out, and I wrote here, brought a Nat King Cole CD with the song Unforgettable, which is one of my favorites and it reminds me so much of my dad. So the 22nd, the very next day, I was over at 7-Eleven, the convenience store, and it just so happened I was telling Jim that there was a gentleman in front of me, and out of the hand to God, out of the clear blue sky, he was singing Unforgettable. Well, if that wasn't a message, if that wasn't a
Yes,
sign.
your father communicating to you.
Absolutely, because I was in tears that night, and I was going through the file folder, and I have all these wonderful letters that I've written to him, and it was mending my heart, to be able to speak words to him.
Yes, that's part of the healing process.
Exactly, and I felt the need to do this. I felt that, here's June 20th. I'll just put like little tidbits. Dear Dad, it has not been a month. It has not been a month yet since you have passed on, and I feel you all around me. I'm looking back to the past. I continue to reflect on all of your wisdom, knowledge, and insight that you have given me. Though all of my years growing up, I am the woman I am because of your love and tender care. Thank you, Dad, because I like who I have turned out to be, and I am very proud to have a dad as special as you. God truly blessed me with the best dad a daughter could ever ask for. Everything I am, everything I believe in, is because you taught me above and beyond the love, the dignity, honor, and respect.
Beautiful.
Whenever I look and I lose my strength, you were always my pedestal and my most of all, you gave me self-respect and courage to always believe in faith, because without faith you have nothing. And thank you for telling me that I should never be afraid of anyone or anything in life, because thank you for the laughter, tears, and the dreams that we have shared. I can go on and on, but
So
that's just
important
a
to have a father that
synopsis.
encourages you. That's so beautiful. My father was the same way.
Yes, and there was
What a
both of
blessing.
my parents, but because this fell out on my
Right,
lap,
right.
one of my files, I have writings with my mom, but because Father's Day is on the horizon,
Yes.
is why I thought this would be appropriate to read.
Beautiful.
But I can go on and on, but you don't want to hear my stories. But this is what I mean. When you feel down and out, get a piece of paper,
Right.
get a little tape recorder, talk into it. Let it out. Be your own therapist. You know, it's such a wonderful feeling
It
to
is.
allow your body to heal in that way because without this, I mean, I know between the Lord above, my family, I mean, the Lord comes first in my life, and then, of course, my family, and then
Right.
I just can't get over how writing does affect the heart and soul.
It does.
It's so important. You know, get it out.
Yeah, it's definitely a good therapy.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
whatever might be in your mind. And then words can be used to document history. You know, some people write historical novels or historical
Very
books.
interesting.
And they're just another wonderful purpose of words. You know.
I was speaking to Carol, one of our agents here, and we were discussing books yesterday, and she says, you know, Deb, she says, I don't like the audiobooks. She says, I need a good, big,
And hold it.
old-fashioned, thick, and I agree. A nice, big, thick, old-fashioned book and hold it. You know when you go to the library, that smell of
Yes.
a library book? That used to be like such a high for me. I
Yes.
swear to God, call me
And
crazy.
Carol's an avid reader.
She
reads
is, most certainly,
I think
and I
almost a
adore
book a week.
Carol. She loves like the 1800s, the old. I mean,
Yeah,
which is
forget
very
those
interesting.
Kindles that you read on a computer. It's not the
Oh,
same
that's
as
all well
in
and
your
good.
hand holding that book.
But here's your book. Open it up. Going to Catholic school has instilled in me, and all of my siblings have gone to Catholic school. But I remember nuns were nuns, and we had to crack that book, boy. And I remember there wasn't such thing as Google back then. It was the encyclopedias, remember? You'd have to
Yes.
get the encyclopedia and go through it and do your book reports, get the knowledge and the know-how that way.
And we had the encyclopedia
That's why it was instilled.
salesman come into our apartment.
And my mother and father would buy different alphabets and, you know, whatever they could afford that week, it would be, okay, this for the
Yes.
kids. And until they built up the whole library. And it was so great. And I remember those days as being so awesome in my life. And this is where the writing instilled in me as a young child. It
Yeah.
reflects back to doing your research and being able to write. That's why. Maybe not so much today because of the way things have changed, but for me anyway, and I think a lot of us can relate
Yes.
to that.
That's the words, you know, the importance of our words.
Relatable, being
Yeah.
relatable.
And then words can be a prayer. I mean,
Amen.
Deb alluded to that with church and the Lord, but definitely we have
Yes.
prayers that have been created for us, but you can create your own prayer naturally as you pray to the Lord or you pray to a saint. We have our favorite saints.
Absolutely, yes.
So we
Yes.
encourage all of you to also, if you want to write a prayer and share it with others.
Yes.
It comes from the heart, words from the heart.
You know, we go on social media, which we all enjoy, and we see the beautiful different pictures with the sayings, you know, Happy Tuesday, Happy Wednesday. And that's fine. That's artistic clip art, whatever. But write something that comes from your heart. Do that
Right.
for yourself today. If you're in a happy mood, write something happy. If you're in a sad mood, write something happier. Do it for your heart, for your soul, for the people that are surrounding
Yes.
you because you're making their day as
Yeah,
well.
you never know whose life you're going to touch with
Right,
your
just
words.
by that one word. That one word can make the difference in everyone's life, and that is so very true. I found it to be
And
very
then I was thinking words are also, meditation is words, you
very
know?
much so.
You
Very
sit
much
there
so.
and you actually can meditate, and it's the words that bring you into that state, that meditative state, and the words that bring you out of the meditative state. So it's just wonderful to be able to do that and relax your body and your mind.
Yes. And even with, I find with my writing, I like to be around jazz music, soothing, smooth jazz music. And for yesterday, I had this motion going in my mind. I started writing.
It
And
inspired you.
It inspired me, and this is what it is. Whatever inspires you to write,
Yeah, find out
do it.
what
Find out what
aids you
inspires you.
to
right?
be creative.
What is it that makes you want to jump up and say, I've got to write this? I mean, I'll see I don't know, anything online, and I'll think, wow, what a great way of putting it. But then I want to put it in my own words because it's coming from me. But you know what? It's great that we have social media. It's a great way that we're all connecting nowadays, which is so wonderful to have.
And then words can also teach. my beloved Barbara and I were collaborating on a children's book, which I'm going to continue to create,
oh my gosh.
to
that's
teach
so
children the
amazing.
alphabet.
Yes, I love it.
So I'll be working on that in the next few
Yes.
months, and I'll let you all know when I have
Looking
that
forward to
completed.
it for sure. I know that's what I want to do with our fur baby Shaker. We've had 2 cockapoos, Shaker 1. We've had 3 dogs, but 2 of them were cockapoos, Shaker 1 and Shaker 2. And my book is called Shaker 2 the Cockapoo. And it's just because he's a cockapoo and he's
Right.
Shaker 2. So I started working on it, and it's just funny because the love that I have for dogs is why it prompted me. Have I finished it? No. But has it started? Yes. And I got my ideas actually from walking with him. When I took him
Wow,
out,
see?
we would stop, we'd see a squirrel, I'd say, oh, gee, that's a cute little segment to put in the book. Oh, I see a squirrel today, Mommy, or whatever. Cutesy things that you think your dog would say to you.
That's funny you should say
Just like
that.
a child, you know?
Because-
They're your children.
Because Barbara and I were inspired while we were swimming in the pool.
Yes.
So while you're outside, you can find such
Your
inspiration.
inspirations. You find
Both
it
of us found the same thing.
very much so, very much so. And I love it to be inspired because it just makes me happy. It makes my day. And it makes me happier when I can make other people happy. And that's really what I want. This is what we do
Yes.
every week coming to you. And we just hope that we're touching your lives and just having fun right along with us.
And I found another song I wanted to share
I have
with
to
all of
hear it.
us.
Oh, Barry Manilow, I adore him.
Do you know some people say that I remind them of him?
I do. When I first met Jim, 15 years we've known each other. That's how long Jim and I've known each other. And I've always said that about you. Barry
Barry
Manilow.
Manilow?
Always. I've been alive forever. Oh, wow.
Got the lyrics.
I wrote the very first song.
See, he wrote the very first song.
I put the words and the melodies together. I am music and I write the songs.
Love this part.
Oh. I write the songs that make the whole world sing. I write the songs of love and special things. I write the songs that make the young girls cry. Oh, Barry, don't do that. I write the songs, I write the songs.
Isn't that beautiful?
Oh,
Now
Barry
it's
Manilow
funny.
did write the songs for sure.
Deb interpreted young girls cry to make them sad. I was thinking back when some of these heartthrobs used to sing, and the girls would cry out of joy to see them, like Frank Sinatra. My mother went to see Frank Sinatra when she was a teenager.
And they get all excited.
Yes, so they would cry out of happiness.
excitement, yes.
So we don't know whether Barry Manilow meant girls cry out of
You know,
sadness.
that's a good point. You're probably right. That makes sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. Sure.
But that's a whole nother aspect of
I write
words.
the songs that make the young girls cry. Not boo-hoo, I'm sad,
Right.
but excitement. Because you can cry out of happiness.
Right.
Oh, I've done that many times. I'm a big crier anyway.
And like last week, we talked about art and how that could have an effect. And the artist,
The vision
we don't
of
know
that.
what the artist was actually thinking.
Thinking at that moment.
Right. Same thing here. Did he mean cry sad, which he could have, or did he mean cry happy?
That's right.
So thank you, Barry.
Yes, Barry Manilow.
Yes, we
love
appreciate you,
and
Barry.
keep making those songs.
If you know Barry, forward this video to him, please.
We love you. We do.
But it's funny, we both thought of Barry Manilow because this morning when I walked in, Deb said, you know, a great song to play would be, and I said, I have it.
Great minds think alike. What can I say? Jim and I, great minds always think alike. But yeah, you want music. I mean, this music is amazing, as we've discussed in
And
our
it's words.
segments. And it's words.
Well,
From
instrumentals
the
too,
heart.
but the words, they really touch me. I love
Right.
the lyrics.
Do you ever listen to a song and you think you've got the words down and it turns out to be a totally different lyric?
You hear.
I mean, I'm like, what in the world did I think for the longest time? There was one song, Michael Jackson, God, it was Billie Jean, as a matter of fact. Billie Jean's not my love. She's just a woman. I had to go. She's just a lover.
I don't even think I know the words.
Wait a second. Billie Jean's not my love. She's just the girl, the babe. I don't know.
So you thought it was a different
I
word?
thought it was.
But
I'm trying to think of it.
The lyrics were different.
The sun
Because you
is
can't
not
always
my
hear it
sun.
distinctly.
I don't know. Whatever it was,
It's not
I was
distinct.
thinking it was some other
Right.
crazy, ludicrous statement that he was making. Turned out to be that it wasn't his son.
Right.
But that's funny.
Right.
Words are words, and it's what you make it, really,
Yes.
you know?
Just
Yeah.
just love it because as an attorney, words are so important. And as a writer, words are so important. So they're really,
Absolutely.
actually I have a photographic mind.
Yes.
And when I think, I really see the words in my head. It's interesting. The actual words appear in my brain, just a different way of thinking, but
Right,
that's
right.
part of the way I do it.
Right, a photographic memory,
Which
absolutely.
makes it a little challenging when you're learning a foreign language, because I have to see the words in my head.
Yes,
So it
yes.
takes it a little longer to learn it,
Yes.
because I'm visualizing the words as I
Right,
speak.
exactly. There's feminine, masculine. I know growing up learning Spanish, I mean, my father spoke beautiful Spanish, and my younger sister Holly speaks it beautifully. Um, David, Lisa, not so much. Me, not so much. I do know enough not to conduct, a large conversation. However, I did take it. But, if you don't use it, you lose it. So Spanish, I mean, any language is wonderful to know. In
Yeah.
this world, you need to do that. You need to have that behind you.
And
The
now I'm
ability.
thinking, my family never taught us Italian. They would speak it among themselves when they didn't want us to know what they
Yeah,
were speaking
yeah.
about.
My grandparents, my father's mother and father, my father was from Puerto Rico, my grandmother was from Curacao, and my dad would speak to my grandparents only when they were there, of course, in front of us, and beautifully, so fast. I'd be so like, wow.
Yeah.
And I would capture some of it, but most of it I learned in school. He felt that if it was a language that we wanted to learn, we
Right.
would learn on our own, pick it up. He's not going to force it down our throat, but
Right.
it's a wonderful thing to have behind you. And
Yes. Important to learn foreign
words.
languages.
and I thought to myself, God, feminine and Italian and Spanish are
Yes.
so alike too.
Yes.
I was looking at that Babbel the other day
Yes.
that they talk about.
Right.
The app on the phone, Babbel.
I use
When you're
Duolingo
learning,
too.
do you?
Duolingo, Duolingo on the
Yeah.
app on the phone.
And you see Babbel. Okay, I've
Yes.
heard that as well, but then you see Babbel. That's
Yes.
another app. Then I have something on my phone called Translate.
That's good.
It's just really wonderful to just practice that way.
Right.
It gives you that edge, that heads up.
And if you meet someone foreign and you can't communicate, you
Right.
can use that Translate app.
Exactly. So
That's
again,
terrific.
all the words that you say make a difference. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yes, and let's always keep in our mind that we want to help lift people up. So say words of encouragement and not words of discouragement.
Amen. It has that heart. Anyway,
Yes.
we love you guys. Words of encouragement, no discouragement. Although we've had, we have our good days and bad days. We try to strive
But we want to
for
lift
that.
each other up.
Absolutely. That song by, here I go with the music again, Josh Groban.
Oh, yeah,
You
Josh
lift
Groban.
me up. That was my mom's song
Yes,
when she
you
passed
lift me
away.
up.
We had that
Oh,
playing at the
beautiful.
altar.
See, another
Um,
wonderful writer, Josh Groban.
Oh, he's
The
absolutely. I
lyrics.
mean, I could just sit here all day and listen to his music and
Yes.
never get bored with it. I mean, it's just a fulfilling.
And what a
complete
voice,
feeling.
too.
Oh,
Yeah.
is he gifted? What a
Yes.
beautiful talent.
More
Beautiful.
words,
Josh Groban, we love you too. We love you, all you artists out there, all you poets, you writers, you authors. Mwah!
Share
Keep
your
it up.
creativity with everyone.
Keep it up and
It
let
enriches
us-
our lives.
yes,
And-
let us
and send
be an
some to us.
example.
Send some to us. We'd love to
Please,
see you.
let us be an example, because Jim and I really want to encourage you that, we're here for you, and the more we hear from you, then it just fills our heart. We want to
Yes.
do more and more and more.
Yeah.
So don't ever be afraid to reach out, or just say what's on your mind, because we love it. That's what we want to hear. What's on your mind, in your heart and soul, the truth.
And what a difference a day makes,
What a
doesn't it?
difference a day makes. That's what it's all about.
We have to
And
sing
we
our song.
always sing our song. What a difference a day makes.
24 little hours brought the sun and the flowers where there used to be rain.
What a difference a day makes. And the difference is you and you and you. Always remember to keep your horizons bright. Until next week, we love you all. Thanks for showing us your love, and wow, have a great Friday and a wonderful Memorial weekend.
Yes, we do appreciate you, and we appreciate each other. So just keep those positive thoughts.